Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. We're rapping about Renee Paquette is probably not the best career move when you're about to face Jon Moxley. It's Lost in the Midcard. Here we are, fresh off of Under Siege featuring Steven Seagal and Wrestlemania Backlash featuring a Match of the Year candidate in the main event. We got a lot to talk about, some breaking news today. On two fronts, two major breaking news stories we will get to actually right in the open. We're going to do breaking news right in the open before we hit up AEW, which we came fresh off of just about half an hour ago. Dynamite ended, but let's get to all of that. We got a lot of stuff to cover. But first, thank you to SpiderDuck.net for being our host, enabling us to be on iTunes, Spotify, and any of your favorite podcasting apps. All you got to search for is Lost in the Midcard. Hit that subscribe button. That way you know every time a new episode comes your way every Thursday. And we are also on the YouTube. The links to that are on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Lost in the Midcard, as well as Twitter at LITMC Podcast. Just go ahead and search for Lost in the Midcard on the YouTube as well. And do us a favor, give us a subscribe, give us a thumbs up, hit that bell icon so you know when the new episode comes your way. I am your host, Jeremy Bennett. You can find me on the Twitter at JBHuskers. As always, my co-host, he is on the Twitter at RawF Showtime, nervously watching the NBA. It is Mr. Matt Black. Matt, how you doing?
Be all right if the Lakers don't lose this stupid game to the fucking Golden State Warriors tonight. You know I don't like the fucking Warriors already as it is. I don't need this playing game bullshit.
Nobody likes the Warriors unless you're 12.
You're a fucking bandwagon jumper from 5 years ago.
That too. I can see a kid because of Steph Curry, but yeah. Anyways. Why is Wild Thing Ricky Vaughn behind me? It's because the Tony Khan listens to the fans, and he got the rights to the Major League version of Wild Thing from the 1989, my favorite sports movie of all time, Major League, which the punk band from LA, just simply known as X, covered that song brilliantly. So that was cool that they did that. So I loved that. We'll get to AEW in a minute, but first we got a little bit of breaking news, and some of that breaking news is in regards to AEW. Matt, it has been announced that in 2022, Dynamite's moving to TBS, and in August 13th of this year, just about 3 months away, we finally get our second nationally televised AEW show called Rampage, which airs Fridays at right after SmackDown at 9:00 Central, 10 Eastern. Matt, what are your thoughts on both of those news items out of AEW today?
Well, both of us grew up in the era of WCW on TBS. Saturday night 6:05 Eastern.
I'm old enough. I'm old enough for it was NWA.
Yeah, well, when I first encountered it on TBS, it was WCW.
Yeah.
I was more of a WWF kid growing up, and I was introduced to WCW by my grandfather, and I loved everything.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact that professional wrestling is back on TBS is really cool.
Yeah.
There's still going to be 4, as Tony Khan described it on Busted Open today, super cards on TNT yearly.
Kind of like your Clash of the Champions.
It's what he said. He's like Battle of the Belts, Clash of Champions type of deals. And I'm hoping they're on weekends. I'm hoping they feel like a legitimate pay-per-view. I hope they're on like a Saturday night or a Sunday night on TNT. And I think that'll be fucking awesome. But you've got Dynamite and you've got AEW Rampage on TBS in 2022 when they make the move. And I think it's great because they're no longer going to be preempted by basketball, like they're going to be next week.
The only thing it
And
could ever be preempted by is maybe the first round of the baseball playoffs, and that's about it.
yeah, and they might even be able to pull off not allowing that to happen either. It
Yeah.
might be in their con.
Yeah, because I mean TBS.
They signed a new contract to make even more money to make this move, and plus TBS is in 1 million more homes than TNT is. Like this is, to me, this is a win all around.
Yeah, the network
for AEW.
Yeah, the network ranks about 4 spots higher than TNT. TBS does nationwide, and a lot of TBS's programming, especially during the week, are reruns of popular shows, and then then you got your Samantha Bee, that great news topic show that she has. It airs like at 9:30 Central. I can't remember what night that's on, but TBS has a lot less that will preempt. Is our buddy Mark Cho was talking about this with me tonight. He thought through the press release that Rampage was going to go on TBS too as well, but
yes, it is.
Okay.
Well, it's going to start on TNT in August, but in 2022, both shows are moving to TBS. The only shows that will remain on TNT will be the 4 specials, the 4 supercard specials every year, and I guess that Cody Rhodes reality show that they're working on as far as I know, that will also be on TNT. But I guess they could move that to TBS too if they wanted to. I mean, it wasn't mentioned at all in the press release, so who knows?
Yeah, and the Bleacher Report article did not mention that, so that's why I was questioning it on there.
Yeah, I had read the actual press release.
Yeah,
I listened to Tony Khan on Busted Open this morning, so
I learned about it via the notification from Bleacher Report is when I first heard it while I was working today. So, another big news item that dropped today was yet more releases from the WWE that include some talented wrestlers from NXT or formerly from NXT and the head referee of NXT. So Drake Wirtz was let go, but of course, he was let go because of idiotic.
He's a fucking psychopath.
Yeah, idiotic public comments led to his firing, which is a shame because he was a good referee. Alexander Wolf from Imperium. It's like, oh, well, I mean, we thought maybe we get a reuniting of Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf after Imperium turned on Wolf this week on NXT. Nope, doesn't get to play out because Wolf is now gone. Skylar Story, better known as Brandy Lauren from Evolve, is where she came from. I was kind of surprised she didn't quite make it, on TV, but she did not. She was among the cuts there, trained by Jay Lethal. Ezra Judge, a former arena football player and bodybuilder, did not wrestle any NXT events, so he apparently just didn't evolve probably to the liking of WWE. Kavita Devi, the first ever female from India, who was signed in 2017, competed in...
She's stuck over there right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason she got released. Like they can't get her back in the country right now.
Yeah,
I hear that's the only reason she got let go. So that kind of sucks for her.
Yeah, India is a mess right now with COVID. Jake Clemens, who is also a referee, Mike Johnson said that he was really well liked and shocked. A lot of people were shocked to hear his release. So, a lot of people were shocked there. Another shocking one was Jessamine Duke from the 4 Horsewomen.
Yeah, I can't imagine Ronda Rousey is very happy about that.
No, and I'm sure those that up
down crew probably isn't happy either. Yeah, they've lost Samoa Joe and Jessamine Duke in the course of a month.
Mm-hmm. Jake Clemens, he was the crooked referee that was wearing the Monday Night Messiah shirt on Raw that one time. I know if I Googled him, I'd recognize him. Jessamine Duke signed in 2018. Sounds like, according to Mike Johnson, From a source, he was told that she's well liked and will get a look down the line if she can improve in the ring. So maybe they just didn't see enough improvement with her to be able to continue with her at this time. So hopefully she gets a shot somewhere and gets to improve and then come back eventually. I think with Marina Shafir, I think they're basically going to have her probably work with Roddy Strong whenever he comes back. I mean, obviously they were on camera together on his last appearance when he quit, quote unquote. So
I'm assuming they have something to do with the diamond mine.
Maybe. I always thought it was
promos that we're seeing right now.
I always thought it was that. What's his name? Is it Parker Bordeaux?
I heard he's not even. I hear he's nowhere close to being ready.
I didn't think so, but I figured he might fit in that.
Like nowhere close.
Man, if that's like Marina,
yeah, I hear he's way off.
He's greener than goose shit, as they call it.
Yeah.
That'd be cool if they were part of that. I wouldn't hate if Tessa was involved, but I think Tessa's too obvious with that diamond thing, so I don't think it's going to be Tessa.
I've heard people have made it abundantly clear to those who have asked that it has nothing to do with Tessa Blanchard.
I figured that's too obvious.
So
too obvious.
I feel like she's gonna wind up somewhere eventually. But it just seems like no company wants to touch her right now.
Doesn't Marina have an MMA background? Yeah, MMA background. Yeah, she was in Invicta. Is it how you say it? Invicta? The fighting championships, yeah. That makes complete sense that it would be her and Roddy. I mean, Roddy's not an MMA background, but I mean he's a hell of a fucking wrestler, so
I wouldn't be surprised if he's
trained.
Yeah. Studied and trained in mixed martial arts.
Yeah, a lot of wrestlers do. So, like Kyle O'Reilly, for example.
Yeah.
So yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I would not. It would not surprise me at all.
Speaking of like Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, the Lumberjacks on that Monday night match, man, that had a lot of ROH vibes to it, didn't it? You had Damian Priest in the ring. You had the Viking Raiders. You had Cedric Alexander. there was a lot of ROH in there from back when we covered that promotion.
Back in the day.
The good old days. And this might be injury related. I don't know, but great talent, great presence on camera. But Vanessa Bourne also released. She
was called up like a year ago.
They never used
her. According to Chelsea Green, one of the plans for her introduction was going to be her, Bourne, and what's her face? Santana Garrett.
Yeah.
In some kind of like Charlie's Angels, Pussycat Dolls.
I heard about Bourne and Garrett, but I didn't realize Chelsea was in that as well.
Yeah, it was supposed to be the three of them.
Is Garrett signed?
Yeah, she got called up to the main roster at the same time Bourne did.
Jesus Christ. I didn't even realize she was signed. I thought she was just a come in every once in a while type of deal, since obviously she's from that area down in Orlando. So some talent in there,
I thought Bourne had a ton of potential.
Oh, so God, I liked her.
I think it's a big loss on WWE's part to let her go. Look, if you call somebody up and then you decide that, hey, we don't have anything for you right now, let them go back to NXT. Why send them at home for a year? It doesn't make any damn sense. Like, this company is just head-scratchingly dumb at times.
Yeah, completely dumb. I mean, Vanessa Bourne they had a good thing going with her, and was it Aaliyah?
Yeah, and I don't even like Aaliyah.
Yeah, you don't, no.
But I liked the pairing. I thought they worked well together.
Yeah. And she was doing the managerial thing because she was hurt.
Yeah.
AEW Dynamite tonight, live from Daly's Place. Oh, what a way to kick things off. Christian Cage, Matt Sydal, a couple of old former WWE wrestlers getting in the ring, and they had a hell of a match. I noticed on the Twitter that Matt Sydal finally got rid of his @FindEvan Twitter handle that he's had since his WWE days. Good match here with Christian and Matt Sydal. They shake hands. They shake hands after the match, and then Taz was on commentary for the match, and then Ricky Starks comes out. And that was all a distraction for Hook and Will Hobbs and Brian Cage to attack. And then Adam Page comes out, makes Starks hold his drink. I thought that was funny. And we get a little brawl. Nice exploder suplex by Hook. I can't wait for watch Hook wrestle a full match one of these days. That'll be cool. What'd you think of the open, Matt?
I thought it was a good start to the show. I kind of laughed when Starks came out, so like, well, I know he ain't getting physical with anybody.
Yep, he's all dressied up.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, it was good. I mean, it continues the story of the issues with Christian and Team Taz, and it continued. This Cage is going to fight, Hangman at the pay-per-view, and I'm assuming Christian was going to face Starks. I'm assuming that was the plan.
I hope so.
Go in and double or nothing, but then Starks got hurt and then they couldn't do it, so Christian's in the Battle Royal gimmick instead.
Oh, I didn't realize Starks got hurt.
Yeah, dude, he fractured his neck on that German from Hangman a few weeks back.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he's out for 3 months. Luckily, it wasn't. Luckily, it was only a slight. It was only a slight fracture. Luckily for him, and he's not going to require surgery. But he can't do any. He's out of in-ring action for like 3 months.
That was probably one of those weeks we had off, and so I just missed it. Is my guess.
Yeah, it was a scary bump, dude. Like, and he landed like right on his fucking head.
I remember the bump.
He was able to like bounce right back up. Yeah.
We talked about the bump. We recorded that week, but I think we were off the week after that, so I think that's why I didn't realize he was out. But yeah, we talked. It
came out a couple weeks after the fact that he got hurt from that. I think. I want to say Sean Rob Sapp broke it, but I'm not 100% remembering. It was a while back.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I reported on it. I could go look up my article and get the source, but I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm tired too, man. I'm not getting much sleep.
Tired of watching these Lakers shit the bed.
Excellent promo from Brian Pillman Jr. and Griff Garrison. I loved that promo, especially Pillman talking about his dad. Very good work.
Here's the thing that's driving me nuts. And I'm jumping ahead to the main event. Look, I get the Brian Pillman Jr. is not under contract to you guys yet. And and I get that he's under MLW, but look, we all know that he's signing with you guys when the deal's up.
Oh yeah.
Started having Griff Garrison take some fucking pinfalls. For fuck's sake. I'm tired of seeing every time that they lose that fucking Brian Pillman Jr. is the one taking the fall.
Yeah.
Fucking pin Griff Garrison. Who the fuck is
Griff Garrison? I need to get that on there.
Do ya?
Thoughts go out to Frankie Kazarian, who lost his father this week. We'll get to his promo in a minute.
Yeah. That promo was awesome.
Ooh. Introducing the very beautiful but Jesus very young Julia Hart. A great addition to the Varsity Blondes, though, I think. A little cheerleader type of gimmick, kind of similar to maybe Alexa Bliss's gimmick in NXT when she first got started. I think it's a good addition, but holy crap, she's only 19. She's a year older than Hook.
I did not know that. Damn.
Yeah, she's a year older than Hook. Oh my god!
Yeah, the first, honestly, I'd never seen her before until
Britt.
Sammy's vlog this week.
Oh, she wrestled Britt Baker last week.
Did she?
Yeah, that was her
on Dynamite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
man, I don't even remember.
Remember,
she must have gotten flattened.
Oh yeah, she did. Yeah,
it was a squash match, right?
Yeah,
dude. I don't remember a whole lot of squash. I don't remember a whole lot of opponents in squash matches. But like the first time I remembered seeing her was this week on Sammy's vlog. Yeah. So I recognized her when I saw her on Dynamite tonight. I'm like, oh, that's an interesting pairing. And she might have been with the Varsity Blondes for weeks, but I haven't seen much of the Varsity Blondes matches. So.
No, tonight was the debut.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, tonight was the debut with the Blondes. Um, the the Acclaimed take it on Moxley and Kingston, and man, Max Caster keeps churning out great raps, man. Calling it, saying Eddie Kingston looks like a box of Newports. Fuck me, that was funny. And then talks about some oral sessions with John's wife, Renee Paquette. Of course, oral sessions, the name of her podcast. And man, I tell you what, I mean, I tell you what, obviously the rap gimmick has been done. John Cena, for example. But if you can do it well, like what Max Caster is doing, it can work. And man, that shit is so funny. He gets a little edgy with some of his shit. I know he talked about Pillman's dad once. I think he's talked about Jake Roberts, and man, he pushes the envelope every once in a while. But that was some good stuff. I'm trying to pull up Renee's tweet, but I can't get it to come up on the web. The web is being a bitch right now. So let's try the old phone here. So she goes, she retweet. Well, AEW tweeted, fair to say John Moxley was not a fan of Max Caster's entrance rap, and Renee Paquette retweets and says, "Let's get you a blue check and some W's, and we'll look at booking you in the fall. Thanks for the plug, Max. Hear brand new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday." And then she uses the GIF of Conor McGregor. Who the fuck is that guy? I said it on Twitter. I go, I cannot wait for Renee's reaction to this. And sure enough, she came through with one, man. A pretty good match, too, with the Acclaimed and Mox and Kingston. I think, Matt, correct me if I'm wrong, were they like 3-4 in the top fives? Something like that?
I know the Acclaimed was 3. I don't know what Mox and Kingston were.
Yeah, they were below the Acclaimed, so it was 3-4. And then announced later in the show what we all expected: Moxley and Kingston against the Bucks for the titles at Double or Nothing.
Who was ranked 2? Who's getting leapfrog here?
Well, remember how the rankings work. It's not necessarily who's on top that gets the shot. It's anybody in the rankings can. No,
I get that. I'm just curious who number 2 was.
I'm pulling it up right now. I'm assuming. There it is. I'm
thinking it's FTR because Dax had a hissy fit about this.
Oh yeah, he did. The rankings come out. Well, I don't have this week's rankings. I thought they came out every Wednesday, but
I thought they came out every Tuesday or Wednesday.
As of May 12th, last week, FTR was 5, Acclaimed was 4, Sky and Page 3, Blondes 2, SCU 1. I don't know what happened to this week's rankings. Does AEW have them on their Twitter? And the web guy is just slow? Checking the AEW Twitter machine right now.
It's hard to get through AEW's Twitter because there's going to be a whole bunch of tweets about Dynamite now.
Yeah. Yep, I'm scrolling though. I'm scrolling. And we're filibustering.
Yeah, I'm scrolling. I'm searching the words AEW rankings on Twitter to see if I can.
Yeah, and
I can find them.
I'm to 8 hours ago. So, oh, by the way, new series of figures coming out with Jake Hager, Chris Jericho, Penta, Phoenix. And so there's gonna be
they should have. The rankings should have came out today, because I'm looking at the tweet from May 12th, official AEW rankings as of Wednesday, May 12th, 2021, and it was tweeted right before Dynamite.
Yeah.
All right, let's do process of elimination.
I'm too.
It's probably. I'm going to assume that it's Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page.
Yep, and they're busy with Sting.
If you look at the ratings right now.
Yeah, I bet you with that.
And
I bet you
SCU's out. So
I bet you with that TBS news today, they put a hold on the rankings till tomorrow. I bet you that's what happened.
That's probably what happened.
Yeah. So Moxley and Kingston get the win after Moxley hits Caster with the boombox. Get a interview with Marvez and Jericho talking about Inner Circle if they'll accept the challenge. Shivani interviews Sky and Paige, and that's where we learn of the tag match being official. Not a cinematic match, an actual match in the ring for Sting, which will be awesome. So
a little worried about it. He kind of looked a little worse for wear tonight. In that segment, it looked like it took forever to just get the Scorpion Deathlock on Scorpio Sky, and I'm just,
you know why
they're gonna put him in a reign in a week and a half.
You know why? He's selling the leg. Remember, they've been attacking his leg lately. He's just selling.
Yeah, dude, but I don't think he was selling the leg tonight. I hope you're right, but it kind of looked like he was having a lot of trouble getting a hold on. I hope in a tag match he can be protected. Yeah. And I hope they do protect him, because I don't want to see anything bad happen to Sting, and I don't want Sting to end up looking bad either.
Darby's going to get his ass beat for 10 minutes and then have the Miraculous come back and then get the hot tag to Sting.
I hope Darby's the one that gets the win.
Yeah.
Since Sting got the pinfall in the cinematic match, I hope Darby's the one to to pin Paige or Sky. I'm assuming it'll be Sky, because it seems like they want to continue the feud with Allen and Paige.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming Sky will be the one to take the pinfall.
Rebel, not Reba.
Damn right.
Looking amazing. She looked amazing tonight too.
He's great. Rebel's great, man.
Yeah.
She doesn't get enough credit for her character and what she brings to the table with Britt.
And she's a good wrestler in TNA as well. Took on Sheeta, pretty quick match. Baker with the attack after the match, and a sweet looking curb stomp on Sheeta right onto that championship belt. As Rick Ucchino said on Twitter, replying to my tweet, he said that was a pretty good aim considering that's a tiny belt.
Yeah, it's the only title design in AEW that I'm not a huge fan of. I just think it needs to be. It's too tiny.
Yeah.
I think it needs to be bigger. And I know it's a minor nitpick in whatever, but I just think the title is incredibly small. I think they could benefit from getting a redesigned women's championship.
Yeah. They show from last week Orange Cassidy getting checked out by the trainer. Don Callis and Kenny Omega send the best friends out of the room to talk to Orange and give him the option to back out of the Double or Nothing event. And Cassidy just says, and tears up the contract. And then they give him another contract, which apparently gives him the option to postpone his title opportunity and make it a one-on-one match with Pac and Omega at Double or Nothing. But I'm pretty sure they're sticking with the triple threat, don't you think, Matt?
Oh no, there's no way. The only way they don't do the triple threat is if Orange isn't cleared to compete.
Yeah. Now maybe that gives them an out. Be
honest. It totally gives them an out if he's not cleared by next week.
That's foresight you don't see in WWE booking for sure. I just realized I'm giving a promo to Miller Lite here on my background.
And you know what they should do? If Orange is not cleared, they keep the match triple threat, and they open the show with the Casino Battle Royal.
Oh,
and the winner of the Casino Battle Royal heads to the main event, and it'll be Pac, Omega, and whoever wins the Battle Royal in a triple threat match
be cool.
For the AEW Championship.
Jungle Boy, have Jungle Boy win it. How good would that be? Jungle Boy, Pac, and
well, you always got to wonder who the Joker is.
Mark Hamill. Yeah, is the Joker gonna? Is the Joker gonna be? Is it gonna be a current person or a final countdown?
That would be insanity.
Or a cult of personality. Probably not that, but we can only hope. We can only hope. NWA. Before that, the Inner Circle give their answer and basically say yes. And Santana's back next week. Tony Schiavone talks to Jay Cargill, and smart Mark Sterling tries to make a pitch with Jade, and he didn't get too far. Pretty good NWA women's title match. Probably a lot better than what they're doing in Power. I heard Power had a pretty shit ending this week.
Power's trash, dude.
Serena Deeb defending against the beautiful Red Velvet. Good match there. But Serena Deeb gets the win after tapping out Velvet Sky. A quick match with Anthony Ogogo taking on Austin Gunn. And Alex Marvez interviewing SCU. Wanted Daniel's thoughts on the fact that they have been broken up. He just shakes Frankie's hand, whispers something in his ear, and walks off. And then Kazarian cutting a fucking good promo. Probably a little bit of anger and rage from real life with his dad unfortunately passing away this week. He says he's going to go after every single member of the Elite. I think that's going to be a little bit of fun, isn't it, Matt?
Might have been Frankie's best promo of his career. I thought it was really fucking good.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. Mero comes out as the new TNT champion and issues an open challenge for next week's Dynamite, which is going to be filled by, I forget already. Who the fuck? They announced it. I can't remember who it
Dante
is.
Martin.
Yeah, from Top Flight.
He's going to get killed.
Good promo by Mero. I liked it. I like that they're finally getting serious with Mero. Mero made Jake the Snake pop with his DDP yoga comment. That was pretty good. I loved the line that Mero at the end said, you're correct. Everyone dies, but I'm going to make sure you die first. Fucking great line by Mero, man. That's probably his best work in AEW outside of last week's match. That was definitely his best mic work, I think, in the company. And main event.
He's the best man.
Yeah. Main event time. And great line by Excalibur calling Don Callis the human urinal. Good main event. Them bastards, the Young Bucks, using the old aerosol can, even sprayed Julia Hart in the eyes. Them bastards. They had to cheat to win against the Young Boys. The Young Bucks beating the Young Boys in the Varsity Blondes. It was a good main event, though, wasn't it, Matt? Matt.
Sorry, the fucking Draymond Green's making me want to punch a fucking wall.
What'd you think of the main event?
Oh, I thought it was a great man. I thought it was a great main event. Thought Varsity Blondes looked real good. I mean, we all knew it was going to win.
Yeah, those boys will get the titles eventually. I don't think there's any doubt that those guys are going to get the titles, the tag titles, someday soon. Do you have any idea when Pillman's AEW contract is up, or MLW contract is up?
His MLW deal sometime this year.
Okay. And after the match, Mox and Kingston make an appearance and choke out the Bucks, because that is when we found out the title match that we all knew was coming was made official for Double or Nothing. WrestleMania Backlash taking place there at the Thunderdome in South Florida. Kickoff show was Sheamus and Ricochet. I didn't watch the kickoff show because I had to work Sunday night, so I did not watch the kickoff show, but I hear it was a good match. And then they got a rematch later on Raw, which we'll talk about.
I was out getting food. I didn't see it.
It's good that they're at least finally doing something with Ricochet, for fuck's sake. Like I heard I don't know who told me this, but I heard a great thing about what to do with some of these guys that they're wasting time with. You take Ricochet and Mustafa Ali and maybe somebody else, and you put them in a stable in NXT with Daniel Bryan as the leader. It might have been you last night, maybe the last week that said this.
No, it wasn't me, and because it's never something they'll do.
Yeah, right. That's not. Yeah, it's not something because it's too good of an idea, right?
Yeah.
Holy shit! Another no hitter in MLB tonight.
I'm about to turn this fucking game off.
6th no hitter of the season thrown tonight by Corey Kluber.
The NBA can suck a giant donkey dick.
I'm pretty happy with it so far. Celtics are in as the 7th seed, so. So we kick off the main show of WrestleMania Backlash. They show clips from Batista's movie Army of the Dead, and I saw in the theater last night and thoroughly loved it. I thought it was great. A good, interesting take on the zombie genre. Did a lot of things that you don't see in zombie movies with the zombies. There's a lot of unpredictability with what happens too in the movie. So I give it my thumbs up. If you have Netflix, it'll be there Friday. So I definitely ask you to watch Army of the Dead because it was a damn good movie, sir.
Yeah, I might check it out. I don't know.
Triple threat match: Rhea Ripley, Asuka, Charlotte Flair kicking things off. I thought this was a pretty good triple threat match, Matt. I'm surprised at the result, though. I did not expect Rhea Ripley to come out as champion. And geez, they've been jobbing Asuka a lot lately. At least she got the win on Monday, though.
I was going to say, don't worry. They 50-50 her on Raw. She's fine.
Yeah, that surprised the shit out of me. But at the same time, it's like if she lost Monday, that'd be like 3 or 4 matches in a row. And it's like, Jesus Christ, what are they doing? But Rhea Ripley, we're sitting here thinking, oh, all roads lead to Rhea against Charlotte. And sure enough, not so fast, my friend. But a good opener. What'd you think of Backlash overall, Matt?
Oh, I thought besides the zombie garbage, I thought the show was fine.
Yeah. Tag team SmackDown tag team title match up next. Hell of a match between the Dirty Dogs and Ziggler, or the Dirty Dogs and the Mysterios. I thought this was a tremendous match. We all expected this moment to come with the first ever father and son tag team champions, so that was pretty cool. We all expected that to happen. Of course, that should have happened at WrestleMania, not WrestleMania Backlash, but a good job by everybody in that match. Next up, we get Damien Priest against The Miz with zombies as lumberjacks, which was met with universal hatred and no acclaim at all. It didn't bother me as well. I thought it was an all right. Maybe shouldn't have been a pay-per-view. Maybe if they would have done it on a Raw, it wouldn't have been so bad. I didn't think it was as bad as everybody made it out to be. I've seen a lot worse booking from WWE this year, probably this week, let alone zombies. So to me, it didn't bother me as much as it did a lot of other people. No surprise, Damian Priest gets the win. And Miz gets devoured by zombies at the end, but actually he got devoured by an unfortunate torn ACL. So Miz is going to be out for quite a while with the unfortunate injury in that match. I believe Priest, I think on a top for like on a top turnbuckle or something, I think landed on Miz's leg, which caused the injury. Guy on Twitter goes, to Batista, hey Dave, I love you, but this zombie shit on the Backlash show was insulting. And Batista goes, what the fuck are you telling me? You think I booked this bunch of fucking zombies? I'm on a damn plane. Shouldn't you be tweeting Vince? Hell in a Cell moved up to June. Many people think it's because in July will be Money in the Bank with fans. You agree, Matt?
Yeah. Oh, I absolutely agree.
Next up was Bianca Belair and Bayley, who had a pretty damn good match. I wouldn't say it's quite the level of the WrestleMania match with Sasha, but I thought it was pretty good, wasn't it, Matt?
I thought it was good. Yeah, I wouldn't say it was as good as the WrestleMania match, but
No.
yeah, it was solid. Good match.
It's good to see Bayley in the ring because we haven't really seen much of her in the ring lately. Did have a WrestleMania match, which was a travesty. I mean, unless she was hurt and nobody said it.
Not hurt.
Yeah. Bayley complaining to Michael Cole that Belair used her stupid hair to get the win. So that might lead to a rematch, probably. A hair versus hair match. How about that? No. We've seen that enough in the WWE. God damn, that triple threat for the Raw Championship. I think it was my second favorite match of the night, Matt. That was a damn good with Lashley, McIntyre, and Strowman, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean they pulled out all the stops.
Mm-hmm.
And there was some injuries coming out of it too. I heard Strowman sound hurt. So, but he had a hell of a performance. So
yeah, he did. They put the pedal to the metal that whole 15 minutes for that match, man. That was some good shit. There was no breathing, no stopping to catch your breath on that match, man. Lashley, after Drew hit the Claymore on Strowman, Lashley tossed Drew out of the ring and hit the spear to get the win to retain, which surprised me. I figured Drew was going to get the title back here, but I am okay with that. Drew McIntyre has said publicly he would like to work with Daniel Bryan if he resigns. So if Bryan goes to Raw, I would not hate that. As a SummerSlam match, it'd be a hell of a marquee match to put on the card. So I have no idea what Bryan's going to do, Matt. I don't think anybody knows except for Bryan.
Yeah. I mean, I hear people believe that he's going back to WWE, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's his decision. It's his call.
Yeah.
Whatever he wants to do, it's his career. He thought he was done. He gets to come back and do it. I think everything should be on. At the end of the day, everything should be on his terms.
Yep.
So,
see if Uncle Tony has looked into the licensing fees for Europe's The Final Countdown. We'll see if he's looked into those yet. Man, how about that main event, Matt? Roman Reigns and Cesaro. Holy shit, was that good?
It was everything that I expected it to be.
God.
I would have loved Cesaro to win, but I wasn't expecting it. But they set it up that if they want to, they could build to Cesaro winning that title at SummerSlam.
And how do you book that, Matt?
Well, look, they immediately put him back in the feud with Rollins, which was smart because that means they can give Cesaro his win back. Then you get a win, you get back in the momentum. He asks for another title shot against Roman, but Roman says, "No, you're in the back of the line. I'm not giving you another title shot."
Because he's a little bitch.
Yeah, so Cesaro goes in the Money in the Bank, and he wins. And instead of I'm teasing when I'm going to cash in, blah, 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 Cesaro's like, nah, you know when I'm coming. I'm cashing this in for the main event of SummerSlam.
And he wins it.
And he wins. And he beats Roman at SummerSlam and wins the title. Like, I'm not saying they're going to do it, but, like, it's totally within the realm of possibility.
It's on the table now because of the performance he had in the main event of a pay-per-view. There's no way Vince can turn a blind eye to the performance that he laid out with Roman Reigns, who continuously puts out great fucking match after great fucking match. Let's not take anything away from Roman Reigns. He has been just tremendous in the ring and outside of the ring with this new persona. Cesaro, I think, had to have opened up Vince's eyes finally with that performance. He had to have. And if not, then Jesus Christ, go to AEW, Claudio Castagnoli, go to fucking AEW, and they'll treat you right there.
Well, it's my understanding he just signed a new contract with them, WWE this year, so he's not going anywhere.
No.
So as much as I would want him to.
That was a great finish, though, man, with all that shit that went down with Rollins, man. And how about that suit? What the hell? That looked like a used car salesman from Reno, Nevada.
His suits are something.
You could use that suit in Southpaw Regional Wrestling. But overall, a good pay-per-view. I guess people say zombies aside, it would be a great pay-per-view. It was pretty damn good, I would say. So definitely got probably our leading WWE match of the year candidate right there in that main event. The next night on Monday Night Raw, we had Bobby Lashley and MVP come out bragging about their big win. Drew comes out, want a challenge. Lashley says he's going to have an open challenge, but with anybody but Drew or Strowman can answer that challenge. AJ Styles and Elias had probably Elias's best match in the WWE, but I mean, you know, when you're in the ring with AJ Styles, it's easy to have a good match, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I guess they're turning Styles in almost babyface is what I'm seeing.
I don't know what the fuck they're doing, man. I don't even think they know what the fuck they're doing. WWE be dumb, yo.
Pretty cool. A pretty cool backstage segment with Riddle and New Day and Orton coming in, and that leads to Kofi and Orton renewing their hostilities of that started way back in 2009. Alexa Bliss Playground. Let's just say this: I had been a fan of everything they were doing with Alexa Bliss through WrestleMania, but man, they have definitely come
shit the bed
since WrestleMania with this.
Yeah.
The fucking laughing at the end of the match later on, this whole thing with the puppet, it is stupid. The best thing about this segment was the look on Tamina's face when she was in the playground. Garza beat Gulak again, this time stuck the rose in Gulak's mouth. Hey, the 24/7 title's back. We all missed it, I know. Tozawa rolling up R-Truth as he was getting interviewed by Kevin Patrick. Kingston and Orton only went a few minutes with Kingston pinning Orton due to the trombone distraction by Xavier Woods. And after the match, how about this? Riddle knocking Woods on his ass. Are we getting a little bit of the Viper and Riddle now, slowly but surely, Matt?
I have no idea. I'm down for anything RK Bro's doing, so we'll wait and see how it all runs out.
We had a weird backstage segment with Naomi, Lana, Adam Pearce, Sonya Deville, Charlotte, Mandy Rose, and Dana Brooke. None of that made sense to me. I heard Raw once again was torn up and rewritten like last minute again, by the way.
I don't know about that, but I do know that the script was not finalized as of 5:30 p.m. on Monday afternoon. So
it's like, again, this week of Raw was like incrementally better than last week, but it's like barely better. You know, it's like an inch better, 1 inch, an inch better than the week before. And it's been like that since WrestleMania. It's like a low bar that keeps creeping up. And maybe by 2026, we'll get a good Raw if they go at this pace. But we had seriously, the booking in the tag division for the women has been stupid. It's getting even stupider now with the puppet laughing and all that shit.
They're gonna fucking put the damn tag titles on Bliss and that fucking puppet.
Yeah, didn't I say that last week, Matt? Did I not say?
I'm terrified.
Did I not say that last week that they're gonna put the tag titles?
If it happens, it's your fucking fault.
You're welcome. That's what
there ain't no. You're welcome.
You're. Will you stop? I need a Sando. You're welcome on the old soundboard here.
No, we don't. We don't need anything NWA power related on our soundboard.
Huh?
We don't need anything NWA power related on our soundboard.
Dummy, yeah.
Yeah, that used to be NWA related. Not anymore. No LA Knight on NXT this week.
Hey, if he's not on NXT, he can't lose.
Vert die Furk. Sheamus and Ricochet going 13 minutes. I like that, Matt. Finally giving
it was a good match.
I don't know if it's over, even though Ricochet lost the second night in a row. I almost don't feel like it's over between those two. Don't know. Mason T-Bar. Why are they still called Mason T-Bar? Seriously, Dijak and Dio. Hell of a tag name right there. Dijak and Dio.
Why do they look like the Ascension?
I didn't even think about that, but you're right.
Yeah. They literally got slapped with the Ascension gimmick.
Well, they better move to Index T quick because, oh boy. Ultimate Warrior next up for A&E's biography. I don't have A&E, so I haven't caught up on I've only seen Austin and Piper. I need to see. Have you seen Sean yet, Matt Michaels?
Yeah, I thought the Sean one was good.
I figured it would be.
So far, the only anomaly is the Savage one.
Why did you hate that?
Dude. It was like a fucking hit job on Randy Savage.
Oh, really? Like a smear campaign?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like the second half of the second hour of the 2-hour doc was basically dedicated to Miss Elizabeth's death and a bunch of interviews with fucking Gorgeous George and Bubba the Love Sponge.
What the hell? This isn't Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah, it was trash, man.
They did a Dark Side on Macho Man, didn't they?
Not that I'm aware. No, they did one on Savage and Elizabeth.
Oh,
together.
Okay.
But this was a biography on Randy Savage, not Randy Savage and Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Like Savage had nothing to do with Elizabeth when she passed.
No, that was on a certain Express.
Yeah, they interviewed him
Lex.
too.
For the 89th time, Asuka took on Charlotte. Charlotte
it was
rocking.
A really good match, though.
Oh yeah, it was.
It might have been one of their best matches those two have ever had together.
Charlotte rocking the Cruella DeVille gear. I liked that. That was pretty cool. Asuka getting the win, clean. That was kind of a surprise. I mean, obviously Rhea was in the face of the women, but no physicality. I was very surprised because if Charlotte would have won, she would have got a match with Rhea Ripley for the title. Asuka beats Rhea. It's like, well, now what happens, So the state of the women's division could be in flux. Maybe that's why they involved Lana, Naomi, Dana, and Mandy. Maybe there's going to be a gauntlet match or eliminator match or a battle royal or something. That
I thought they were whining about a tag title shot.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, that whole segment was disjointed and weird. So
like every other segment on Raw.
Oh, hey, look, another repeat match on Raw. Damien Priest against John Morrison, though they do have good matches together. And this was
It seems like they implied they were done with each other after with the
interview.
Priest post-match promo, and I'm hoping to God that's the case.
Yeah, it is. And Miz is gone. Man, Miz getting hurt might be the best thing for Morrison, or he might get.
They were gonna do a story. They were clearly going towards a storyline angle where they were gonna.
Oh yeah, that started.
They were gonna split those two up.
Yeah, so, that started when Maurice came back that one week. So
yeah, so I don't know if it's the best thing for him or not.
No, he could be
because they'll probably just drop it. Then when Miz comes back, he's stuck with them again.
Yeah, and Morrison might be in Ricochet land for 9 months.
That would be rough.
There's so much they can do with Morrison. I mean, there is a palette of what he did in Lucha Underground that you could easily do in WWE and have him lead a faction and kick ass and chew bubblegum. It might be all out of bubblegum, but a regular lumberjack match, no zombies, and all men surrounding the ring but Nikki Cross. I thought that was kind of funny. But good to see Nikki back. Hopefully they get her wrestling soon.
I don't know how accurate it is, but I heard she simply just asked to be out there.
Oh yeah.
Like she wanted to be on TV.
Why not?
She's like put me out there with the lumberjacks.
People mentioned her on Twitter a lot. So
yep.
Why not? It worked. We had a Shelton and Cedric segment. I'm not hating that feud. They're going to probably have another match, and it's probably going to be good.
Oh, they're definitely going to have another match
after Shelton knocked Cedric on his ass again. Oh, they're 50-50 booking that shit, ain't they, Matt?
You would certainly think so.
The man to answer Lashley's open challenge, Kofi Kingston, and he beats Lashley. But for fuck's sake, why do you have your world champion lose to a roll up?
Because it's easier to protect him than having him lose to his finish.
Anyways, Woods' trombone struck again. And
here's something I want to comment about the trombone.
I want to say something real quick, and then Drew McIntyre shows up, steals MVP's cane, hits Lashley with it. That led to the roll up for Kofi to get in the 1, 2, and 3. And what are your thoughts on that trombone, Matt?
I've seen a lot of people on various wrestling websites and Twitter and whatnot, and we're like, I don't like the fact that Xavier Woods' trombone is distracting people
because it's a heel move.
But it's not distracting anybody. He's not using it as a distraction method. He's doing it to annoy.
Taunt. He's
annoying the fuck out of the guy to the point where the guy's getting angry and he's telling Xavier Woods to shut up.
And then makes a mistake.
Yeah. He's not. It's not a distraction finish. It's a play to annoy.
Yep.
The guy in the ring. He's not distracted by the trombone. He's just like, oh my god, will you shut the fuck up? type of deal. Mm-hmm. And that's what Xavier Woods is doing. I think people are misconceiving what Xavier represents with the trombone thing.
Yeah. You're spot on with that. I don't expect Kofi to take the title from Lashley, but it's cool that he's going to get a world title shot, though, Matt. It's cool that he's getting one. I don't mind it. And maybe at the same time, we can bring back King of the Ring, and then Xavier Woods has his own singles run.
They were certainly teasing King of the Ring on SmackDown last week.
Yeah, we didn't cover SmackDown because of we talked in Backlash, but how about that with Nakamura, man? Finally doing something with Nakamura, and I loved what
I'm hoping. Look, I'm cautiously optimistic that they're doing something with Nakamura.
Yeah.
Because also back in January after the Gauntlet, we were like, oh, thank God they're doing something with Nakamura.
Well, we figured he'd be in a program with Reigns.
Do a damn thing.
Yeah, we thought he'd be in a program with Reigns. Nope.
So I am cautiously optimistic that this is going to be something for Nakamura to do.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get my hopes up too high.
No.
And just be disappointed again. So
we need Xavier Woods and Nakamura in the finals. His theatrics with that crown were great. I loved it. So that was Raw. Again, like I said, incrementally better than last week, and last week was incrementally better than the week before that. It's just a slow rise. I was gone on Saturday. I was gone on Saturday, so I did not get to see Under Siege. Did you watch it, Matt?
Yeah, not much.
Okay.
It was kind of just there. It was fine. But honestly, it was one of those things, like if you missed it, like whatever.
Okay.
You catch up on Impact on Thursday and you're fine. They had a title change that should have never happened.
That too.
Other than that, I mean, it was a show that was there.
At least Brian Myers went over Black Taurus. That was good. Taylor Wilde and Tenille Dashwood beat Susan and Kimber. Ace Austin and Madman Fulton become your new number one contenders for the tag belts. I thought Rohit and Shera had a falling out. Now all of a sudden they're teammates again.
Yeah, I don't understand it either.
That kind of came out of nowhere. W. Morrissey beating Willie Mack. Was it a pretty good match or was it a squash?
No, Mac got his shit in. I mean, I would not call it a complete squash. I think the two of them work pretty well together.
Very odd booking that they give the women's tag titles back to Fire and Flava, but they're good with them. But
it didn't make any fucking sense to me at all.
Let me take a look at something here. because they really didn't do much with the knockout that knockouts tag team title when they first introduced it. They really didn't. It didn't really stick around for a while or that long, did it? No, it was like not even 3 years before it got deactivated. So Fire and Flavor, I'm looking at, we got some Lost in the Midcard stats for you. Fire and Flavor become the third team to have multiple reigns with the Knockouts titles. Hamida and Taylor Wilde, who, as you see, just returned to Impact a while back. They had 2 reigns with the titles, and Madison Rayne had 2 who had 2 reigns with the titles. One with the Beautiful People, but also one with Gail Kim. So really only one full-fledged team to win the titles twice, which would be Hamada and Taylor Wilde. And then, of course, Fire and Flavor getting it back on Saturday. Yeah, weird booking on that. I need to hopefully maybe if they put it on the Impact app. I don't know. Do they put the Impact Plus shows on for free eventually down the line on the app?
That I have no idea. I mean, I'm assuming they're on the app on demand.
I'd like to see Alexander and El Phantasmo. I bet that didn't suck.
No, it didn't. No, it definitely didn't suck. It's just I don't know if it was going out of your way to see the entire show for, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like anything particularly on that show blew me away. And I'm not saying that to like insult them or anything. It was just a kind of their show. That's all.
Yeah. Deonna Perazo retains her Impact Knockouts title against Havoc. And then the main event. Oh, never mind. What the hell happened in the main event?
It was Moose won.
Oh, that was the co-main event was a 6-man tag. The Good Boys, Finn Juice and Eddie Edwards defeating the what do we call them? The Elite Club or something.
Elite.
Then 6-way dance to determine Kenny Omega's contender at Against All Odds, and that's going to be Moose.
Yeah, the finish was going to be Callahan. Like Callahan hit his finish. I can't remember who he hit it on, but he was going to win.
The Good
Brothers came out and laid out Callahan, so he couldn't get the win, and then Moose ended up winning instead. So,
you think,
dude, it ain't even at Slammiversary. They're doing this match at
Against All Odds.
Against All Odds, which to me says like there's no way this fucking title's changing hands. No. This is probably at that point the last time you see Moose in Impact Wrestling.
Callahan
his contract is up next month.
They probably set it up for Callahan slow burn to get him the contender.
I think it's going to be Callahan. Yeah, I think it's going to be Callahan and Omega.
And Callahan winning
at Slammiversary.
Callahan.
I don't think Omega can drop another championship until he drops the AEW title first.
Okay, that's going to be a while.
But doesn't it make AEW look weak if he drops that title while he's the AEW champion?
Yeah.
So I just feel like Omega can't drop the AAA or the Impact title until he loses the AEW title.
How good is that match going to be with Andrade, man?
Ooh. Oh, I'm sure it's going to be great. I'm definitely not arguing that.
Just
I very much question what the strategy is going to be.
I wonder
because look, if they wanted to, they could have Omega drop the title at Hangman and All Out. Yep. But I mean, still, there's Slammiversary between now and then. I believe AAA Mania is before All Out too.
Yeah,
so
I got an article on that down. Here it is, right here. August 14th.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not really sure what they're gonna do.
I wonder short term. I wonder if the unlikely team of Sami Callihan and Trey Miguel form and take on the Good Brothers in the meantime. I wonder if that's going to happen because I figure Sammy's going to feud with the Good Brothers first, probably take on the Good Brothers at Against All Odds. So I wonder if they form a team with him and Trey Miguel, and to take on the Good Brothers. That makes sense to me, and that would be a hell of a tag match.
Those two still seem too much in odds for me to see them teaming up.
Never know.
But you don't know. You never know. But I don't really see that one happening.
NXT this week kicking off Zoe Stark and Toni Storm with a very good opening match there. Toni Storm getting her win back, which, I mean, we always bitch about 50-50 booking, but Toni had to win that match, didn't she, Matt?
Yeah, no, I'm worried she's going to lose her next one.
After the match,
because I'm tired of seeing this 50-50 booking shit in NXT lately.
After the match, Frankie Monet shows up and points to the marquee around the CWC, which mentions that her in-ring debut is next week. I cannot wait.
I'm hoping it's not against Toni.
Yeah, right. I'm guessing it's going to be against local jobber A. Legado del Fantasma, interviewed by Mackenzie Mitchell, mentioned that Santos Escobar not there this week, talking about chasing the tag titles. That's when the great team of Tommaso Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher showed up and trash talked, and leads to a match later. These prime target segments, Matt, fucking great, aren't they?
Fantastic pieces of business, brother.
You got Paul Heyman, Pat McAfee commenting on the matches. Oh, it was.
I was surprised to see. I was surprised to see Heyman.
Heyman, yeah, that was cool. Cameron Grimes comes out and shows a bunch of clips of Ted DiBiase getting jobbed, like to Virgil, and eating the slop from the Godwins. And then he took on Jake Atlas because in the beginning of the show, Cameron Grimes showed up in his limo and threw the keys to Jake Atlas and asked him to park it for him. And then Atlas made a DiBiase crack. So then that led to this match. And then the wonderful, awesome Ted DiBiase shows up on stage, causes a distraction, and Jake Atlas gets the win. Once again, you can't go wrong with DiBiase and Grimes, can you, Matt?
No, I'm very excited for their whatever their $1 million face-to-face thing is next week.
Yeah.
So
this has been so good, man. I love it. Bronson Reed cutting a promo talking about being in the business 14 years, about his first match back in the Indies in Australia. Pete Dunne sit down interview with Arash Markazi, and Dunne just basically a good interview with those two, and Dunne basically saying it doesn't matter where he goes, he's going to defeat, if it's going to be Walter or if it's for the North American title or the NXT title. It does not matter because
it doesn't matter.
He's going to come for him. We already mentioned this earlier. Killian Day and Alexander Wolf, a meeting of the former Sanity members. Wolf getting beat and then beat up by Imperium, and then we later on learned the next day that he got released. So wow, that was. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, I really thought this was all leading somewhere. Silly me.
I thought maybe
I didn't know it was leading to a release.
Right. I thought he would team up with Dane, and Drake would be the reluctant kind of thing, and they probably maybe dump Drake and turn heel maybe eventually or something like that. I don't know. Could have done something. I mean, obviously you could have done Drake. You could have done 6-man.
I thought the three of them could have been a really fun stable together.
Yeah. I liked Alexander
I think
Wolf.
there could have been some really entertaining like those guys were already good as a tag team to begin with.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I thought they could have been, I thought it could have been a lot of fun. I thought there was potential there.
Yeah.
And I honestly, last night, I was a bit surprised. He was jumped by Imperium after the match. And I was like, oh, that's interesting that Drake and Dane didn't come back out and save him.
Mm-hmm.
And, but I didn't think too much of it. But I was genuinely curious that occurred.
And now he gone.
Now it's just like, wow, okay.
He gone. Excuse me while I burp there.
Thanks, pal.
Yeah. Legado del Fantasma against Ciampa and Thatcher. And apparently this was a great match. And apparently somebody in NXT read some of my tweets saying, let's keep that feud with Thatcher and Ciampa against Grizzled Young Veterans going, because the Grizzled Young Veterans, with the distraction causing the loss, they had they've been having a good feud, so I'm glad they're kind of rekindling that, as they are definitely pinning Legado del Fantasma as the number one tag team to challenge MSK next for those titles. Bobby Fish, interviewed by Mackenzie Mitchell, he said that last week had very little to do with Kyle O'Reilly and everything to do with Pete Dunne and Oney Lorcan, considering they caused his injury at War Games. So very good promo by Fish. Interesting to see where that goes. If we do get a Red Dragon tag match next, against those Lorcan and Dunne, I'd assume we do at some point. Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell at a spa, and Candice's credit card got declined, and they let it slip that she was the one that bought the flowers and such, and that made Indy realize that Dexter still loves her, and so that was some fun stuff.
Yeah, like she didn't care at all.
Yeah.
Like Candice was the one who did it.
Yeah.
All she cared about is that Ben Dexter still liked her. But Dexter heard her bury him because he was the one giving her the head massage when she had the fucking whatever, those damn cucumbers over her eyes or whatever.
Yeah.
So
that whole thing's been fun.
It's been something.
It's been something. We got a little bit. What do we got next here? Saray destroying Aaliyah. Shotzi and Ember cutting a promo. Hit Row making their debut. Swerve's new group. Ashanti, the Adonis, and Top Dollar taking on Tony Nese and Arya Daivari from 205 Live. Quick squash match there before Hit Row cut a promo. I am really liking that stable. Pretty sure it looks like Swerve and Bronson might be renewing hostilities down the line. Doesn't it seem like, Matt?
I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm. God, it's hard to take the title off of Bronson that quick, but when you have a stable like this being new, yeah, of course you can slow build it though, so you don't really have to rush Swerve into that title match. Regal saying that Legado will face MSK in 2 weeks for the titles. Next week is the big Balor and Cross match for the title. Regal talking about wanting more, wanting to see what woman will step up to challenge Raquel Gonzalez next. Who do you think? I maybe that's where Dakota turns heel, Matt, or do you see anybody else that challenges her next?
I mean, they have several people that could challenge her.
Mm-hmm.
Io could come back. They could put Frankie in that spot. They got Saray. They're building up. Yeah, they've got options.
He is also mentioned that he's bringing in more cruiserweights to find challengers for Kushida. Interesting if there's some familiar names that we may have heard of before. Maybe a Mustafa Ali or a Ricochet would be good. Since
I'm sure they'd love to get off Raw right now.
Right. And, there's a little more prestige behind that title now than it just being a 205 Live title. So, main event time, steel cage match between Bronson Reed and Johnny Gargano, and damn good main event, wasn't it, Matt? I loved the finish. The splash on the back leading.
I kind of wanted Gargano to retain, but I still enjoyed the match.
Yeah. I love the finish, the splash on the back of Gargano as he tried to escape through the door. Bronson Reed could have easily walked out the door at that point, but instead he slams the cage door shut and hits the tsunami to get the 1-2-3 pin. And literally before the ref even counted 3, I think Bronson was starting to cry and get emotional, and that was a great moment there to wrap up NXT. Very happy for Bronson Reed, and so was a lot of the wrestling world. Great guy. A lot of people love him. So.
Yeah.
Orange Cassidy update. Mike Johnson said this was late. After about a couple hours after we had finished recording last week. Mike Johnson saying Orange is okay. Seen socializing with talents after the taping. The belief is he'll be good to go by Double or Nothing.
Yeah, I certainly hope so.
Yeah. If you remember that disaster called Quibi, there was a WWE series called Fight Like a Girl that was supposed to be on Quibi before they went tits up, and the Roku channel then acquired all those series. So it is the Fight Like a Girl series with from WWE is set to debut on the Roku channel on the 20th. So today, as you're listening to the podcast, if you have a Roku, go to the Roku channel.
Interesting.
And obviously, as with Quibi, these were 5 to 10 minute episodes, and no word at this time if it'll be on the P of Cock.
Wow.
You like how I put that?
What a way to put it.
Or WWE Cock. Whatever name you like better. Guest coach this week at the Performance Center, Allison Danger, who is one of the forces behind Shimmer's rise to stardom. She's at the Performance Center this week as a guest coach, as well as Dave Taylor. I believe that was Regal's old tag partner, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, the Blue Bloods. Let's see here. New shirt out for Swerve's Hit Row faction. I have yet to see it, but it is out there.
I hardly ever see new WWE merch anymore.
I know. I haven't seen good merch lately either. Nothing that really struck me as
What, you mean you don't want to nobody's bitch t-shirt?
I would like that. It's basically the Hit Row logo. If you've seen that on the Tron, and a mic in the middle of it. It's a pretty cool looking shirt. Hit Row in blazing in diamonds. It's a pretty cool shirt. Maybe I'll give it a look see on a sale down the line or something like that. Some sad news, quite a bit of sad news this week, but musician, writer, and producer Frank Garavuso, who was the band that fronted Reckless Fortune. A number of their songs were used in ECW. He unfortunately passed away at the age of 51. They also did some themes for Dusty Rhodes and Mike Awesome back in the day. Slammiversary has been confirmed Saturday, July 17th, live on the Pape. Slammiversary. Probably going to be a damn good show. We'll talk about it, obviously. AEW fell down in the ratings below 1 million from last week, down to 936,000. Their demo took a gigantic hit, man. Went from 0.42 to 0.31. Wonder what happened there.
Wrestling ratings were down across the board last week. That's the only thing I can do anything I can explain for it.
The judge presiding over the Samantha Tavel Matt Riddle lawsuit has ruled that the two sides must reveal their initial disclosures to each other by May 21st. Otherwise, guessing it'd get thrown out of court. So if she's full of shit, that might be we might have a resolution on that before we know it. For those who were looking for BFAB on the Twitter, actually, it's kind of funny. Her bio says, "I heard you were looking for me." She didn't have a Twitter until now. Now that she's in the Hit Row Records squad at BFAB WWE, so that great faction that's just getting off the ground. Moving on in the headlines, Ringside Collectibles has announced a Rock and Sock 2-pack coming, featuring, of course, Mick Foley and The Rock. So that's pretty fucking cool. I don't remember seeing many 2-packs with Ringside Collectibles. Am I right or wrong on that, Matt?
They've been doing a lot more pack. They just did a Jurassic Express 2-pack too.
I see. That's pretty cool though. Rock and Sock. More sad news this week. ECW legend New Jack passed away at the age of 58. Man had lived a hard life, so unfortunately passed away due to a heart attack. Obviously, a huge part of ECW's rise once it switched over from Eastern to Extreme. He also had a stint before that in Smoky Mountain Wrestling. And was featured in Dark Side of the Ring in their second season. So thoughts go out to New Jack's family. Actually, with that news, Matt, I kind of went down the old rabbit hole. I wanted to watch the rise and fall of ECW, but it's not on Peacock right now. They haven't added it yet, but they did have the oh my god top 50 moments on there, so I watched that. That was a great trip down memory lane for ECW. Oh, remember the old chairs incident where of Cactus Jack asking for a chair.
Yeah,
that was so good. That was like I think it was number 2. I think if I remember right, maybe it may have been number 1. I can't remember. But there's some good. ECW had some great shit back in the day, pal. You were, as Matt was mentioning, wrestling across the board dropping sharply. SmackDown lost 350,000 viewers from the week before. 1.8 million is where they came in this week, down from 2.157. Well, this is interesting, Matt. Announced on the 15th of May, WWE shut down their talent management group.
Oh, wow.
And after that happened, we now got rumors that Selena Vega may be heading back to WWE. Because now I'm assuming the wrestlers are going to be allowed to do cameos and shit like that, Matt?
Who knows?
Yeah, with Vince, who the fuck knows?
Yeah, exactly.
Some new trademarks filed by the WWE. One of them, I'm nobody's bitch. They seriously trademarked, I'm nobody's bitch. That's funny. And also, there's never a bad time to have a good time. Did Cesaro say that? Or who said that?
I have no idea.
Who the fuck? Okay, I gotta look that up now. Who said that? Well, I cannot find it, so I give up.
It doesn't ring a bell to me.
I give up. Of course, the great new series Young Rock wrapping up their first season. It has been announced that a holiday special will air during the holiday season with Young Rock. So that's pretty cool. Doing like a Christmas episode. I like that. Season 2 of Young Rock will return mid-season of 2022. Some new additions to the WWE cock. The best of Saturday night's main event. Rey Mysterio documentary from 2011, Life of a Masked Man. Network special on Santino from 2015. Documentary from 2015 on The Click. The Shield's Final Chapter network special event from 2019. Icons with Rob Van Dam, which is brand new. And Icons Revisited for Rob Van Dam and Beth Phoenix. So those are your latest Peacock editions. John Cena talking about returning to wrestling on Instagram, or actually in an interview. And so now there's rumors of him coming back. He hasn't wrestled, I think, in a while now. Has he wrestled since the
Firefly Funhouse?
Yeah, was that his last match?
Last time. That's the last time he's been seen on WWE television. Period.
And that wasn't really a match. I think his last match was like in fall of 19. There is Jimmy Uso's nobody's bitch shirt is out on WWE Shop now. Oh boy, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. 13 episodes of Wrestling Challenge from 86 to December of 86 to February of 87 has been added to the Peacock. What else we got going on here? Impact. Impact in 60 tomorrow will be the best of Drew Galloway. Next week will feature the best of the Lucha Brothers. Also today at 2 p.m. Eastern, TNA or Access TV is going to air the Lockdown pay-per-view from 2014, which included Magnus against Samoa Joe for the title, a lethal lockdown with Team MVP, which was the Wolves, Jeff Hardy and MVP, taking on Team Dixie Carter, which was Bobby Roode, Austin Aries, and the Bromans. Gail Kim, Madison Rain, EC3's in there, James Storm's in there, Bad Influence with Chris Sabin, taking on Great Muta and Sonata, and another dude.
And another dude.
Samuel Shaw, if you want to see Dexter Loomis before he was Dexter Loomis from 7 years ago. He's taking on...
Spoiler alert, the gimmick is very much the same.
Mr. Anderson. I knew
you were going to do that. That's why I kept quiet.
Dummy, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'd have been a dummy if I tried to talk. I knew you were going to do it.
Lovely. Tyson Fury backstage at WrestleMania Backlash with his son, saying maybe someday they could challenge the Mysterios down the line.
Oh, Lord.
Right. I think his son needs to get a little older. Like a lot older.
That wouldn't even be fucking fair. Size of fucking Tyson Fury in the ring with Rey Mysterio.
Right.
What the fuck are you trying to do?
Right. Oh, you know the kid's taking the pinfall. The 8-year-old or 9-year-old or however it is.
9-year-old might be as tall as Rey Mysterio.
Right. Kip Sabian posting on Twitter that his surgery was a success. Now we rebuild. Thank you to everyone who reached out. So get well soon, Kip. That's okay. He's got Penelope there to nurse him to health, so I'm sure he's okay. Oh, I got to get this. I got to pre-order this, baby.
Oh, God, what is it?
Jon Moxley releasing a memoir this November. Simply titled Mox. November 2nd will be the release date. I pre-ordered the Jericho book, too. The
same with all his matches?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me know how that is.
Mm-hmm. I will. And thank God the guy that runs that book press or whatever is got good customer service, because I pre-ordered it before I moved, and he's like, "Yeah, no problem. We'll get it over to your. We'll update that address for you." It's like, sweet. Press release for Mox's book titled Mox: A Vivid Trip Through the Mind of the Top Professional Wrestler in the Business. I have the PW Insider Top 500 behind me to prove it. Right alongside Jon Moxley as he retraces some of the highways traveled on his remarkable journey, revel in the never before told stories about his early life in Cincinnati, Ohio, the gritty independent wrestling scene where he cut his teeth, the complicated corporate landscape of WWE. Man, that's putting that nicely, ain't it?
Mox is a nice guy.
The complicated corporate backstage. Oh, I can't wait to hear what Mox has to say about some of that shit, especially the end of the run, where like he had to job to Nia Jackson shit like that, where he bucked against authority and the rebellious upstart of AEW, where he won the championship in 2020 and was finally free to achieve the vision of the wrestler he always wanted to be. With plenty of pit stops and revelatory, that's a weird word to say out loud, insights, including grisly ultraviolet encounters, crazy characters who became lifelong friends, unforgettable matches in Japan. Mox is a riveting account of the life of a brawler. It's a tale written in blood, soaked in debauchery, with a good dose of wisdom accumulated along the way. More than a backstage pass into the arena, Mox is a ticket into the ring. Once inside, you'll never look at pro wrestling the same again. Where do I fucking sign up, Matt? I want that book.
I don't remember who was talking about it, but I heard someone talking about the book this year I think it was Christian. I think it was Christian on Oral Sessions with Renee.
Oh.
And he said he read some of it, and he said that Mox is such a good writer that it kind of makes him not want to write his own book because he doesn't think it's going to be as good as what Mox is putting out.
Oh, Lord.
So I mean, it was a pretty nice written endorsement from the Peep Show. Captain Charisma, the instant classic.
check
Christy
out your chat on Zoom.
Oh, the Linksy.
Look at that. Look at that cover. Maybe
no, we're gonna take a look at the cover.
I think I can.
Oh, that's a neat. That's a good cover.
Yeah.
A lot better than the Young Bucks looking down at their dicks.
I think there we go. I think I'm sharing my screen right now on the podcast.
Number one bestseller in wrestling. Look at that. I can't see because I was looking at the book. What are you showing me?
Is that working there? I'm sharing my screen with.
Yeah. I mean, I already clicked on it and looked at it. Why are you showing?
I'm sharing it for the. I'm sharing it for.
Oh, the people can see it. All right. Yeah. Well, dude, they can also see your million and bajillion tabs.
Well, that's how I run the show, pal.
It's a lot of fucking tabs. People say I have a lot of tabs.
Well, this is the end of the show, Matt. Like literally, I had probably double the tabs than this before.
By God.
I am as we speak on the podcast right now. I am putting in my honest to God.
Pre-ordering, pal.
Hey, Mox, if you're listening, I'm putting in the pre-order. Sorry, I didn't pre-order your wife's book yet, but maybe eventually.
It's just a cookbook, though.
Yeah,
if you ain't gonna cook, there's no reason.
Do I look like a guy that cooks?
I'm just saying, yeah. If you're not cooking, there's really no reason to get it.
I did buy an air fryer, but yeah.
How much are those gimmicks?
I bought an XL Power XL on sale for $100.
That ain't bad.
Nah,
let me know if you like it.
Dude, I've seen recipes like of cooking salmon in it. That it's amazing. So I have a lot of friends that have cooked a lot of shit in it. So I'm a big.
The Lakers have tied the game in the fourth quarter. This is not a drill.
They're down by 2 on my screen, but YouTube TV's behind.
I'm telling you, they're tied, pal.
Now they're tied.
God, they're gonna give me a heart attack tonight, man.
I thought you quit watching.
I did. I'm following the ticker on NBA.com. Dude, when they were down double digits, I had to turn it off.
Did you say?
Because I was like, I cannot fucking focus on this fucking podcast if I left this damn show on, this damn game on right now.
Did you say the Lakers were down double digits?
They were absolutely down double. Did you see that? I haven't watched it yet, but the party played Uno in person this week.
Ooh, I have
video is the Lakers in the lead.
I have missed. I have not watched Uno since I moved, so I haven't watched the last 3 weeks.
Holy fuck, dude!
Yeah,
you missed quite a few weeks,
dude.
This is the first.
I've barely had time to wipe.
Person.
I've barely had time to wipe my ass this month.
My thing is, I don't know how entertaining it's going to be in person. Like, I'm very curious to see how this is going to play out. I'm going to watch it tonight.
The way they play off
because I think I'm going to be needing cheering up if these Lakers don't win. They're up by 4 points. They're up by 4 points, JB.
All right. How much time's left? How much time's left?
10 minutes and 23 seconds.
I was going to say, maybe I can kill time, but I'm still going to read this regardless. But Matt can lay off for a minute. I am going to read the amazing piece that Frankie Kazarian posted.
Oh, yeah, go for it, man. Honestly, I don't want to hear it anyway because it's going to make me cry.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to focus on other things while you read it.
Unfortunately, Monday, Kazarian announced the passing of his father, Frank, and on Twitter, a great message he posted on Twitter here. So it's going to be a little long, but it was really good. So I'm going to read it here for you. Let me take a swig of Diet Pepsi before we get in that. Okay. The older we get, the more we have to leave behind. That's life. I've lost so much this week. Today, this afternoon, my dad, Frank, passed away. The immense pain, sadness, emptiness, and despair I feel is overwhelming. Anyone that has lost a loved one, especially a parent, can relate. My heart is broken, but I am flushed with so many absolutely amazing memories of my dad. I learned so very many life lessons from him. His life, while not an easy one at all, was lived on his terms. He was tough, tenacious, smart, stubborn, kind, and honest. I'd like to think these attributes, along with so many more wonderful traits, were passed down to me. He was my biggest fan, from painting my face like the Ultimate Warrior before taking me to a show, to helping me cut out pictures in magazines of my favorite wrestlers, to reminiscing about his favorites growing up as a kid. He was there every step of the way, with my love of pro wrestling. I'm so blessed that he was able to attend so many of my events and meet so many of my friends and coworkers in the industry. He even got to have dinner with my trainer, Killer Kowalski, a memory that's even more special now. He loved going to matches. He also loved rock and roll. Bear with me here as I go to the next page. He also loved rock and roll and the Rolling Stones. We bonded a lot over music, and he loved his family and was so proud of my sister and I. He adored my wife, Tracy, and my son, Rebel. He and my mom were together 54 glorious years. Their love and bond is and was an absolute thing of absolute beauty. It was a thing of absolute beauty. He was a great husband and a great dad. I'm a very lucky guy to have him all the time that I had to have. A very lucky guy to have had all the time I did with him. I cherish every second. I will miss playing dominoes, our chats about life, out back having a cigar and whiskey, listening to rock and roll, country, western, and oldies. I will miss him so very much. I'm crushed, but take solace in the life that he lived and the time I got to spend with him. Any man can be a father, but it takes someone special to be a dad, and they don't come around any more special than mine. I love you, Dad, so much. Just great words there spoken from Frankie Kazarian. I mean, nobody expected him to be on Dynamite. Well, actually, this was taped, I think. Was it, Matt? Was this week taped?
It's such good shit.
Matt? Matt might have, I don't know, maybe the Lakers are losing and I lost Matt.
No, I'm here.
Was Dynamite taped tonight?
As far as my understanding, yes, I do not have that 100% confirmed.
Okay, so he might have,
but I do believe tonight's episode of Dynamite was taped last week.
So he would have taped that before his father passed away.
Yes.
So that maybe that does make sense why he was on there. But fucking great promo there as well. But our thoughts were with Kazarian. I got to meet Kazarian. Just a great guy to talk to. You know, me, him, and CD sat there and shot the shit for a good amount of time in Dallas, and so always been a fan of Frankie's, and he interacts on Twitter with me and his fans a lot. He's a great guy. So obviously, was worth paying that tribute to his father and expressing our thoughts for Kazarian there. Moving on, Mike Johnson from PW Insider talking about Kip Sabian's injury. Believes it was on his shoulder was the injury, but it was never really, I don't think, ever officially announced by Kip Sabian. Let's see here. Moving on, Raw's audience basically staying the same. So in a week where most shows lost some viewers, Raw did actually increase by a whopping 6,000 people to 1.823 million.
I thought their ratings went down this week.
Nope.
Where I saw yesterday, their ratings went down.
Oh, according to PW Insider, up 6,000.
I think PW Insider's wrong.
Up 6,000. It was one
because I reported those ratings yesterday, and I'm almost positive they were down. Let me hold on.
Yeah, PW Insider.
Let me look on my shit.
PW Insider says 1.817 last week, and this week 1.823. So that's an increase of 6,000 viewers.
Yeah, give me a second.
Okay. As we move on, as Matt looks that up, let's see. Anything else?
Yeah, Raw did 1.732 million this week.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what the hell they were. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. What the hell they're thinking. So
NXT went up a little bit, 700,000 for this week, up from 670. No 18 to 49 rating though. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's because Showbuzz Daily, which is the site that we now know that every fucking wrestling website on the planet uses to get their ratings. Their server crashed last Thursday.
Oh.
So they just got their website back up late last night, but they haven't posted anything news-wise since last Thursday afternoon. So people are pulling the ratings out of their butt from other means and other sources right now, and nobody has all the great information that we normally get
mass chaos
from Showbuzz Daily. It honestly,
Cats and dogs.
To me,
Mass
the ratings
hysteria.
was one of the easiest things to report every week.
Yeah.
So I've very much hated the fact that we're in this position, because I enjoy writing the ratings articles, and without Showbuzz Daily's assistance, it's really hard to do. So I'm back, Showbuzz Daily. We miss you.
Yeah.
We took you for granted. Every wrestling website took you for granted.
Right. Mike Dawkins, you may not know the name, but he's very familiar with a lot of people, especially in AEW. He has a nickname called the Gimmick Attorney, and that's because he's
I saw that.
He's an attorney. He has trademarked several names within AEW: Cash Wheeler, Colton Gunn, Joey Janela.
I think this biggest surprise, he was able to trademark Bad Boy.
Yeah, the Bad Boy. Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Honestly, that's pretty crazy impressive, don't you think?
That P. Diddy didn't have that.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like a trademark that would have been, taken a long time ago.
And Billy Gunn trademarking the Gun Club. So I think he already has Billy Gunn trademarked. Good news. Good day for John Cena today. Fast and Furious 9 debuted to a $3.4 million opening in Korea, making it the best opening day in the Fast and the Furious franchise in that country. And it opens up in Russia, China in the Middle East tomorrow, and I assume United States on the weekend, or maybe the week after. I don't know for sure. But also, it was announced that Wipeout was renewed for a second season, even though
Wipeout.
I'm not a fan of the current Wipeout.
It was on after the Dynamite tonight, and I'm like, nope. Turn it off.
The writing is terrible on it, man. Terrible. Let's go do it for Lost the Midcard. We'll get Matt off the hook so he can go watch the end of the
I don't know if I want to turn it on, man.
Thank you to SpiderDuck.net for being our host, enabling us to be on iTunes, Spotify, any of your favorite podcasting apps. All you got to do is search for Lost the Midcard, hit that subscribe button. That way, you know when a new episode comes your way, typically every Thursday. And but subscribe and let you know if we come at you at a different day, which will happen from time to time with schedules and shit. We're also on the YouTube. Do us a favor, give us a subscribe on the YouTube. We'd like to get our numbers up on that as we do the video version of the podcast. And the links to that are on Facebook at facebook.com/Lost of the Midcard, Twitter at LITMC podcast. So go ahead and please give us a little subscribe there, and give us some thumbs up, likes, give us some comments on the videos as well. Help us out a little bit. Matt's on the Twitter at Raw Showtime. I'm on the Twitter at JB Huskers. And before we ride off into that sunset, Matt, what are your final thoughts for the week?
Lakers better win this fucking game, or everybody better really be the fuck alone tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, at least they ain't over. At least they get one more shot.
Dude, I don't want to. Dude, I don't even want them in there in 8th seed. I don't want to fucking face Utah in the first fucking round. I don't want to fucking deal with that shit. It's 7th seed or nothing. Like, if they don't win tonight, look. If they get 8th seed, they gotta play Utah in the first round, and most likely that means they have to play the Clippers in the second round. Like, it's seriously, they need the win tonight, and they're up by 7 right now. They're up by 7 with 8 minutes and 34 seconds to go. The ticker is a beautiful thing on NBA.com because it doesn't stress me as much. Now they're up by 4 because they're letting stupid Golden State and stupid fucking threes. I fucking hate Golden State.
TikTok.
Fuck Golden State. That's my final thought. Fuck Golden State. Fuck the Warriors.
Fuck Golden State is definitely a sentiment that is shared on the show. For Matt Black, this is Jeremy Bennett. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next week. Maybe.